Hello, everybody.
We're live.
Welcome to, what is this, Lady Ada?
This is Show and Tell, where every year is New Year's.
Okay.
Woo! Party! We're going to have an exciting New Year's.
This is the first Show and Tell of the New Year, so I guess it's okay.
This is the first Show and Tell of the New Year's. Last year it was 7 before the New Year, so now it's actually the New Year 2015.
Yeah.
If people wrote checks, I'd tell you to make sure you get the right date on your checks. Like, nobody writes checks anymore, I think. I think everyone uses credit cards and stuff.
Not so much.
And Bitcoins. Don't forget to get the right date on your Bitcoins.
Yeah.
We're going to start off the show and tell with an exciting party. Thank you, everybody. We will...
Yeah, full house again.
Yeah, we're going to do this thing.
We're going to start with Adafruit Northwest. Tony DeCola, how are you this week?
Hey, good. So yeah, I've got another retro find this week, and I don't know, I keep knocking it out of the park as far as finding neat electronic stuff at thrift stores. So this is a Weston voltmeter that I found last week at a thrift store, and I think it's from like the 40s or the 50s. I couldn't find the exact date. It's a model 341, and it's a voltmeter, and it's kind of unique in that the range is really limited. So it goes from 0 to 3 volts or 0 to 1.5 volts. So it's good for like real small signals with maybe 2 decimals or so accuracy if you can kind of squint and see where the dial is. And it actually works as far as I can take a battery and I can measure the voltage of it, so you can kind of see, okay, jumps up to about 1.5 volts. But it was a little weird. I was trying to hook it up to an Arduino and send like a PWM signal to it and see what the voltage is, and it doesn't move the dial at all. It just stays there. So I don't know if it needs maybe some filtering. Maybe the PWM might be messing with it a little bit as far as the voltage for it. But it's kind of cool, and it's also just neat to see, like, it's a beast. So it's got this beautiful solid wood case that's nice and kind of dinged up, and it's definitely been loved over the years. As far as,
and where did you find this? At a thrift store or at a yard sale?
Yeah, a thrift store, right. It was just kind of in one of the cases. I have a feeling like it was probably in someone's garage, and maybe an old family member had it. I think it, maybe, who knows, someone maybe from like Boeing or someone up here had it and got rid of it or something. And it was, kind of cool to see something like this. And then the other kind of funny thing is, so this is, I just wanted to compare it to a modern multimeter. So it's not an iPod. This is a little Amprobe multimeter that's, real tiny, small thing. It's just cool to see, 50, 60 years, what's the difference as far as how these devices change. So this tiny little pocket thing does, 20 times as many things. Like, this measures capacitance, frequency, all kinds of crazy stuff. Whereas this guy, this huge 15-pound brick, just gives you a few volts of measurement there. But, back in the 40s and 50s, this was probably pretty cutting-edge stuff as far as, getting something that's able to measure small signals.
That voltmeter made it through the war.
Yeah, potentially, right.
I just like that you're trying to plug an Arduino into this thing. It's kind of like Jurassic Park. It's like we're going to take these things from the span of hundreds of years, and hopefully these will get along with humans again. So that's nice.
Yeah, and it's actually usable. Like, that small range, it's kind of useful to have, 0 to 3 volts or so. You can see tiny signals. Like, I could hook it up to the scale that I have, the load cell, and put an amplifier on that, and you could actually use it to measure what the scale, the weight is on it. So
very, very useful. Okay, good find. Heavy find. All right, thanks, Tony. Next up, we're going to go to Adafruit Southeast, across the country, all the way to Noah and Pedro.
Happy New Year, Noah and Pedro.
Happy New Year, guys, everybody.
What you got printing up this week?
This week we are test printing a lot on our new printer, our Delta Orion printer from CMCC. So we'll be showing a cool little review of our experience with it tomorrow. And then next week, we're very excited to debut this project here. This is a Super Game Pi. It is a fully emulated using RetroPie project and emulation station to make a Super Nintendo-esque looking game console. It's very large. It's very big. We'll talk more about it next week, but here it is. Super Game Pi.
Cool. It's not only is it a Super Game Pi, it's a HDMI output game emulator station, but it's also it's tactical. It's a defense weapon.
It can be, yeah. But it's cool. It has the joystick from the Cupcake project that Phil B designed. And it's, like you said, using a 5-inch true HDMI monitor. So you
Yeah,
get
it looks really good, and it has all the HDMI acceleration. So people were asking, like, hey, like, also, like, this can be used for other stuff. Like, you could make a controller for anything, or like, you know, XBMC. You can run that on there too if you want to have, like, you could play movies on it if you want.
Totally. And it has sound, stereo sound. Very cool. Oh, and L&R buttons. Reload filter buttons. Big battery. It's gonna run, I think, about 6 hours. So that's a lot.
Wow.
It's a lot of battery. Okay.
All right.
It's gonna be an epic. We'll see people like it, and then of course eventually we'll have to do the miniature, like, the pocket game pie. We'll do that maybe.
Cool.
Thanks for that. And it's shiny. You did a finishing thing with it.
That's right. Yeah, it's sanded down, and I used coating from Smooth On called XTC 3D coating. So it's got really reflective, shiny.
Why aren't you guys at CES showing this off? I don't understand.
This is CES, the 3D printing pavilion.
True. This is like
We have a mini CES here, testing all of this stuff. It's cool.
One quick note for the people out there that are really into 3D printing. A little bit of a surprise, I think, is the 3D printing market didn't settle down on 1 or 2 vendors. This year is the biggest year for 3D printing at CES, and there's a menagerie of 3D printers. There's more open source printers, more different types of printers. Yeah. So, things kind of work out in the end.
There's so many options, and we got the Delta printer in the store, and we're going to get more printers soon, too. Yeah. So you're going to have a great
Every
choice.
person at CES gets a 3D printer this year. That's what I've heard anyways. Okay. All right, next up, we're going to go to...
Everett.
Everett.
I just going to clean my glasses so I can see all this awesomeness.
Okay, Everett, unmute your mic and...
Show some blinky.
Show some blinky lights.
All right. Happy New Year's, everyone.
Everybody's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Christmas.
For Christmas, I wish I could have got on before Christmas to show this, but
okay.
I got it right now. This is a light controller that I threw together with the Arduino and the FM module from the Adafruit shop.
Okay.
So what I have it doing is, here, let's see, can I take a picture? I have my control box over here.
Ooh,
with outlets. In this box, I have all my relays.
Okay.
And then here, I have a NeoPixel. I'm hoping to add a whole strip for next year. And my Arduino Leonardo. And then it live analyzes whatever audio signals coming and displays it on these lights. So I'm going to start a little bit of music so we can see these blinking.
That's cool.
Whoa, sorry.
That's okay.
It's okay, I'm walking out.
Alright, so I'm just gonna... I'm not sure why the lights are being so quiet right now.
But they're moving, yeah.
Yeah, I see 'em.
Can you hear the music?
Yep.
How are you?
Very good. Look at that. Woo.
Okay.
I unfortunately am not getting very loud audio right now.
It's okay. We know. We saw it before. Oh, there you go. Yeah. See, now it's like. So how do you analyze the sound? He's walking out.
Well, it usually reacts a lot better. Like when you were talking, you saw it actually in your voice. But what I actually have the code doing here is I like the VU tie, but I couldn't exactly do that with these. So what I did is I pretty much have just the floating dot moving, and when it reaches one side of the lights, it sticks this at 0 now. So now the other side is max.
Oh, so it goes back and forth. Okay, that's cool. So it's always lighting up.
When you're talking, it just moves back and forth.
Okay.
All right. Excellent project. Please send us an email, support@adafruit.com, and you will get an As Seen on the Show and Tell sticker, which you can affix to the lights or anything else.
Look at this. The lights really like you.
Yeah, the lights like me.
Okay.
They really like you. They don't like me for some reason today.
It's okay.
I'm very lucky.
I communicate with the lights.
I get to talk to the brightest things in the world. Okay, well, thank you so much, Everett.
Thanks, Everett.
Okay, next up we are going to go to David. Welcome back, David. Unmute your mic. We know your mic works this week. And show us your project. Oh, you're a little staticky. Oh no, I'm so sorry, David. You sound like a robot and you're staticky. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna let it ride.
That's cool. It's a multimeter or battery meter. That's cool. Oh, it's a Foley pocket meter. That's cool.
Electronics meter. It's actually $150.
This looks cool though.
Yeah.
Auto ranging. Okay.
It's pretty accurate actually, but finally last week found in our camera when I was doing my videos shopping around, and I found a used test supply in a test shop. I found used fluids.
I can't understand a word you're saying.
All right, I got some of it. It's
a few words. I got a couple words.
Yeah.
I saw the cool pocket meter though. It's an auto ranging.
Yeah, when you watch this show later, it's kind of cool. It's like you're speaking from Tron.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like a modem.
But that's a cool thing.
All right, David. Well, email us at support@adafruit.com and you get.
Your video is great. So
and you get an as seen on the show and tell sticker, but I might glitch out the sticker a little bit. So, so it looks good. Okay, next up, Bob. How's it going, Bob? Unmute your mic and show us your project.
Or speak like a robot.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay, good. I've got a couple of ESP8266.
Oh yeah.
It's not on my screen. I hope you're seeing it.
Well, no, put it up towards, hold it up a little higher.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I got a couple of these guys from you, and I wanted to do a little project to test them out. So one of the things I was thinking of doing was getting a weather display that fetches weather from a weather website. So I'm going to change the camera here. So we got the little gizmo right there, and then I've got a Pro Trinket hooked up, and then this is the display over here. And what it's doing is it's going out with an API call to Weather Underground about every 15 minutes, and that's limited because it's a free license to Weather Underground for their API. So you're only allowed so many calls per day and so many calls per like every 10 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So that's on a Pro Trinket 3 volt. One of the things I'm using in this is the Arduino JSON library, which is JavaScript object notation. So the API returns a list of data of weather conditions in JavaScript object notation, and then I'm parsing it with the Pro Trinket and putting up a display of just a few of the data metrics. So it's, I don't know if this is showing, oh yeah.
Clear, 64 degrees.
Yeah.
That's really nice where you're at.
Yes, it is. I'm in California. Yeah. The couple of notes on this guy was that for the Arduino JSON library, you have to use at least Arduino 106 or better, like 1.5, because the JSON library does something with like nested libraries, and that's only effective in 106 or 1.5. The other thing that was a little bit of a problem was software serial. The normal software serial that I had would only do 8 megahertz, 16 megahertz, and 20 megahertz.
Yeah.
So I had to put in a patch for 12 megahertz. And then, let's see, I'm going to do a quick refresh of this so you can see how long it takes to do this guy. And I don't know, can you see the little guy in the corner at all?
Oh, I see the screen.
Oh, you can see it.
I saw a little light. Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So, yeah, there we go. So there we go. The blue light is the activity on the unit itself, and now that warm blue light, yeah, it's fetching and parsing.
Man, it's still nice where you're at. 63 degrees. It's like here. Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's horrible. Okay.
All right,
I'm
Bob.
jealous.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this project. If you post
excellent.
it up anywhere, let us know because people. This is very new. It's a lot of fun because there's not a lot of documentation or any code or anything.
Oh.
I'll post it up for you, but it's on my blog.
Thisoldgeek.blogspot.com. Okay,
Yeah.
post it up in the comments, and also when you email support@adafruit.com for your as seen on the show and tell sticker, put a little special note in there and say, hey, Phil wants this link.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they'll-
we'll
Nice hat too.
Yeah.
Make hat.
This is you'll like this, Phil. This is a hat from the first Maker Faire. It's,
Oh wow.
I don't know if it shows up very well. It's
Yeah.
Make.
No, we were there.
Yeah, we were there, and we
I
didn't.
have scars.
Yeah, there was like 5 of us. Like, we didn't really expect. We didn't know what was gonna happen. It was really intense.
They're like, hold a workshop, and I was like, great, where's the solder
Yeah.
irons? And I'm like, we didn't get any. And I'm like, how am I gonna do a solder?
We thought a few thousand people are gonna show up, and it's like there's like 30,000 people here. We're like, oh my god, it all worked out, but boy, it was scary.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
Bob.
we're still here.
We're
Thank you.
still here.
All right,
Okay.
thank you, Tom. Next up, Tom.
Next up is Tom. Hey, Tom. Unmute your mic.
Hey.
And
Hey,
How you
start your
doing?
project.
Am I unmuted?
Yeah.
Yes.
You sound great.
Okay. So Phil, you were to blame for all of this. Just get that
I
out of the
know.
way.
What?
No, I know.
It's Phil's fault
I know.
today.
I'm just you know what? Just like, okay. All right. Okay. I'm sorry.
Laying it on
I'm
you.
sorry.
So you did the whole talk about the gear that took us from beginning to where we are now and all that stuff. So I went back and I started going through all the gear I could find that I still have,
Okay.
trying to figure out a way to incorporate into a project.
Okay.
So what you're seeing is the beginnings of the project. First off, I found this. Right?
Slide.
Nice Mannheim slide rule. Can't use this. Not
Yeah.
digital, not going to use it.
Yeah. Not my
Next thing
fault.
I found, not your fault.
Okay.
This is really cool. A cardboard computer.
Oh, that's cool.
This
Ooh,
was put
that's
up
cool.
by Bell Labs in the 1960s. And
Okay.
it's a bunch of movie bits in cardboard that teach you about CPU usage. Very cool. Can't use it, not digital.
Also
The
not
one
my
thing I did find that I could use, I found this, it wasn't your fault. So then I went to a thrift store a couple of years ago, before it was your fault,
fault. Okay.
and I found a bunch of these.
Oh, those are a lot of fun. Oh yeah, the
Yes,
101. Yeah,
spring.
101 electronic kits. Yeah.
I just want to spring those springs. I want to just spring them. Okay.
Yeah.
Boring.
They make
Yeah.
a beautiful
Very
sound.
gratifying.
Thank you. Oh, that's so nice.
Okay.
So this is the guy, aside from my dad, that taught me electronics. This little fellow here. And it's also his fault. So,
All right.
project number 94, AM broadcasting. My
All right.
project is going to be using a beautiful, and of course I use Adafruit boxes for all my
Oh,
storage.
nice.
This is black.
This is going to be the beginnings of the AnyFesto box. AnyFesto is it's based on Library Box, but it's going to
Yeah.
add FM transmission, it's going to add AM transmission, it's going to add Morse code. So you'll have a private local network wherever you go, and it will be able to broadcast on FM and AM bands. It will do some Morse code if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Phase 2 of the project is going to be to get a uplink, Tor it, and then be able to do communication back to the network.
All right.
To the
It's a Tor
internet.
to Morse code conversion.
Tor to Morse code
Yeah, that's fine.
to slide rule. So
Okay.
you'll have a kind of a multi-broadcast box
Okay.
that wherever you happen to be, you can do whatever
Okay.
you
I
want.
want this to be my fault now.
This would make a great
This is your fault.
kit, by the
And,
way.
and I also have one of these ready to go, the little Raspberry Pis and the
Oh, yeah,
TFT.
yeah.
Yeah, our
My
fault.
kids got me for last Christmas.
Oh,
And this is also ready to go with an
Yeah.
Oh,
EFF
that's nice.
sticker in case I get caught doing FM broadcasting. Some ham radio
Yeah.
guys, you know
Everyone
who you
donate
are.
to EFF. please.
Yeah, please do. And and I got a bunch of old Android phones to act as pirate boxes for more data storage and putting out local content.
Okay.
All right, Tom.
This is good.
So
This
over
is
the
great.
weeks, I'm
This is
going
your
to
fault.
come back
This
and
is
I'm going to show you as it progresses, and you get to see what your fault is.
All right, and guess what? And we will dispense as seen on the show and tell stickers. It's all Phil's fault, special edition.
There you go.
And thank you so much. Just email support@adafruit.com.
That's great.
You got it. Thank you.
More-
All right,
Yeah,
thank you so much,
cool
Tom.
project.
Good use of the Adafruit
Use of all
box
the
there.
old stuff. That's a good idea because a lot of people
Yeah.
they don't get this new stuff and they're like, I'm like, you don't know.
Yeah.
You might already have stepper motors
Yeah.
in your box.
All right, we're going to do 2 more folks because we have exactly 2 more folks. So we're going to do Roberto, and then we're going to wrap up with C. Scott. So if you guys could each do 2-3 minutes, we'll be able to get to both of you, which is usually about what it is anyways. So Roberto, welcome back to the show and tell. How are you?
Hey.
Hey guys, I'm doing well. Can you guys hear me alright?
Yeah.
Okay. In the background, I have the Pixel 4x4 running.
That's nice.
Same, yeah, it's running the same app as in the one that was just put in the learning guide.
Okay.
And so the one in the learning guide has one of these, right? It's just 32 by 32, but the one in the background is like the jumbo version of it.
Yeah.
Oh, huge.
Like 1/4 of this is 1/4 of that one that's displaying.
Yeah.
So mainly I just wanted to show how it's like compatible with not just the one in the shop. It supports this one, and I got to do a little bit more testing, but I'm pretty sure it's also supported on the 32 by 16 panel. And yeah, that was pretty much my update on this project.
Wait, is that one big panel, or did you tie all those up together?
Al actually sent it to me for helping with the software.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, it's like encased in some plexiglass.
Whoa, it's huge.
Yeah, it's the Super Pixel. I wish I could bring it closer to the screen.
Super Pixel. No, yeah, don't move it too far. And this is the tutorial that you did. We just posted it. It's a Raspberry Pi controlling this matrix over Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
For
Yeah, the Raspberry Pi is connected to that Pixel matrix over USB, and then I'm controlling it from my laptop. You know, just putting different. It has scrolling text, but it also has still animations. Well, you've seen the.
Yeah, it's great.
these are key animations.
Everyone should check learn.adafruit.com and see Roberto's latest tutorial. All right. Well, as usual, email support@adafruit.com. You get an SE on the show and tell sticker. There's plenty of room on the back of that giant panel for a sticker.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. And now it is time for C. Scott Ryder. How are you?
Scott.
What you got going on this week?
Oh, just a couple things. The first one is I found something I made 20 years ago. This is a little 3-phase digital panel meter.
Oh, nice.
It's ordered in box. But this one's curious because it uses, back then I didn't like the AD converters for accuracy because when you're measuring temperature you want to be accurate to about 1/100th of a degree. So I constructed my own SAR circuit, and the microcontroller is not actually plugged in here. It used a little Z8, 18-pin version of the Z8. That was my microcontroller of choice back then. But it has a nice little self-contained power supply on this side that I'll have to sketch out and send you guys, because this is one of my favorites. I'd like to use it again in something. But I happen to need to reprogram some old Intel 8048s. So in the days before Flash, this is your programming console.
Yeah, we have a blog post. Thank you for sending the photos of this.
Oh, yeah, I've got, it still works, which is impressive. And, of course, the devices are these guys. And they all work. I've tested them. You know, they were made in 1981. And they go in, these specific units go in a patch manager board for a synthesizer called the Cord Poly 6. Two more things real quick. I've mounted the backplane, at least one of my backplanes, to my chassis, and it all lines up and everything is hunky-dory there. So I might actually have parts on it by the time I come back here. And finally, I got one of these for Christmas. This is the light's catching it wrong. This is a little snowflake tin that is sent by Amazon. You get an Amazon gift card in it. The interesting thing is, on the back is where you would normally scan the barcode, and I'm like, you know what? That would be very handy to stick a display in and a little 8266 Wi-Fi device, and one of my little boards that uses an Atmel 328p and has the chops to drive an LCD. So I'll do something with it. You know, up here where it's minus 20 degrees centigrade right now.
Yeah, I know. You don't need a one
like blink red like thing. You're freezing your ass off or something. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to. I think the gift card is nice, but this is the cool part. Is this little display bezel built in?
And what's nice is it has all those little prongs that you could like maybe have antennas sticking out of.
Yeah.
You know, so you get like good reception. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to have to cut a slot and stick the little squiggle antenna of the 8266 out so it can actually hear something. But we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, as always, email support@adafruit.com for as seen on the show and tell sticker. Thank you, everyone, for kicking off this fantastic new year. These are all great projects. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Roberto. and Pedro. Thank you, Everett. Thank you, David. Thank you, Scott. And thank you, Bob. We'll see everybody here next week. Every week we do As Seen on the Show and Tell, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just look for us on Google+. Just search for Adafruit. We have a post every single week. You add a comment, we add you to the Show and Tell circle. You can show your hackerspace, old retro gear.
Something that's Phil's fault.
Something that's my fault. Oh man, there's a line of stuff. You have no. This is just the stuff that people know about. Wait till you find. Wait till we find the Phil fault vaults.
Phil fault vaults.
Okay, so we'll see everybody.
I heard that outside of Las Vegas, there's a pit where like all the stuff that's your fault has been buried there for like 20 years.
That's right. Those are the ET cartridges. No, you're wrong.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Which was my fault. Okay.
It's also your fault.
Okay. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week, and we'll see you on Ask an Engineer in 2 minutes.
Goodbye.
Bye.